minute ago, the clip we used there, a call by you for Nigeria's borders to be completely fenced.
Yes, I reason because, having gone through my analysis and looking at the Sahel, the main attraction to all these terrorists and bandits is Nigeria, because this perception that Nigeria is a rich country.
And that that there's no law to prevent them from getting in.
And the borders are porous. So now the easiest way is, and that's why it's important, if you follow the news and see the kind of killings going on in Niger, Chad, and in Niger, Burkina Faso and Mali, so much. If this continues like this in the next 1 year, there will be issues. And of recent, there were attacks from Burkina Faso in Benin Republic. It's just 50 kilometers to Nigeria. That is another area. So for me, I think, and like I mentioned, all around us, we have Francophone countries. Our ideologies are not the same. For us to be secured, it is important. Let us fence our borders. Some people say, look, it's expensive. But I say, what is money if you are dead?
Indeed.
It's of no use. So countries that have sat down and have analyzed and seen that, look, strategically is important, because once you fence that area, you use technology now. You have cameras, you have drones that will go. It reduces the manpower you need to engage in that area, and they could be used elsewhere. So that's important. And besides that, now for Pakistan, they use wire mesh, double wire mesh for all that distance. So if the distance is 1,000, they use double, which means 2,000. And then use concertina wire at the middle, so that even if you penetrate here, before you get through here, you are seen and action is taken. That has given them respite. That's what we are looking at. We have Ajakuta steel mill. We have rolling mills in Nigeria. We could engage them. We don't need to go anywhere. We just tax them from here. They can produce what we need, and then we deploy. Now you see the level of employment opportunities we're going to bring in building those aspects. And the most critical one for us now, even if we were to start, let's start with Nigeria and Niger.
Is that the most dangerous?
That's the most dangerous, because the Lakurawas, that's where they're coming in.
Yes.
The Boko Haram, they're coming in from the Sahel, the ISWAP guys are coming in all through those areas. So that's why it's critical. If we start from there, and we can start state-wise, at the same time, each state will start on its own, and before you know it, we're there.
Yes, and that's a good point. It doesn't have to be just the federal government.
No, it doesn't have federal. It could start at every level. But the important thing is, look, we have a threat.
I believe this is one of the best way to go, because our borders are so porous. If it's being fenced, anybody that is coming in have to pass through the Monambam process. And the process of doing that, the person's identity will always be taken. And I want to urge the federal government, it shouldn't just be an issue discussed on television station in the end without proper implementation, except they have hidden agenda about it. And some of our northern states, the elites over there, will not be too comfortable with the fact that it's going to be fenced. Because these are some of the things they normally do. During election, they know how they have been using those porous borders to bring in people from other countries just to cast their vote. When it comes to census, you bring them in to count numbers they don't even have. And as a result of this, I believe those elite over there are going to kick against it. But sometimes when you have a laudable project that will benefit the people, if care is not taken, the same set of people that will benefit from it will also be the one that will kick against it wholeheartedly. But by the time eventually you are able to succeed in doing it or implementing it, they will now begin to see the advantage which they never saw from the onset of you planning to execute it. Kudos. But one thing I'm not too comfortable with the whole idea is the fact that these CDS have made mention of the fact that whatever is happening in Benue State is political. But now you are not talking of terrorists coming in from the Sahel. Which one is the truth? Because they can't just come from Sahel and begin to think of how to grab land in Benue State, just and every other state that they are terrorizing at the moment. Well, I believe just bit by bit, if you put things in right perspective, somehow, someday, things will be okay. Whatever you think anyway, drop your comment in the comment section. Once again, share and follow the page. Thank you as you do so.